Welcome back to Uzi Talking to with me, Jeff Ollerhead and Mick DaCat, part 2. So, you were in the sugary family, working, well, drinking.
Working.
Working the head.
Yeah.
So go on, so tell me some tales what happened there.
St Mal was funny. We also learned how to play poker there. And 3-card brag was our game. Yeah, swearing, it's a funny thing in St Mal. We all swore in a refinery, everybody swears. And there's a funny story about a Christmas party. For Christmas, St Mal would go out with all the wives and all the fellas and have a dinner somewhere. So everyone sat down in a restaurant, eating away, drinking away, but with the wives, so everyone's on a bit of good behaviour.
Oh yeah.
Except I won't give his full name away, but I'll just say Stan.
Stan the man.
Stan was there, and Stan was funny. He was wasn't the sharpest tool in the box. In fact, he was blunt. He was a nice fella, but he had this. He drove a Reliant Robin, and he used to say, "Do you want a lift? I've got my wheels." My wheels of a Reliant Robin.
Yeah. 3 wheels.
Yeah, I think he thought he was some kind of.
Is that the one off the like, what's that program called? Only Fools and
That's
Horses.
him, yeah. So he drove a Reliant Robin. and anyway, so Stan, we made him the chairman. We had something called the Blue Room, which is where we all used to play cards. And we made Stan the chairman of the Blue Room, which meant nothing, but it meant a lot to Stan. So whenever we needed a chair, we used to send Stan for the chair. Well, not me. I was a kid. I was just saying this. I was 16 when I started. 16 started and taking line on nights, you know.
16, yeah. So
in a factory.
You didn't stay on. Yeah. That's great. Factory of men, all P's and Q's, and you had to just go with it. Did you think to yourself, what the hell's going on here? Or just go with the flow, mate?
Again, it was an adventure. When you go in there, the men in Tate and Lyle, the vast majority of them were ex-war, like my dad. They were my dad's age, all of them.
Old school. So what happens to Stan on this night? The question
well,
is, so he's there.
To give you one joke we played on Stan was, well, not me. Our heating in the Blue Room was a steam pipe that used to go all the way around the room, and it was about so high up.
Yeah.
And somebody said to Stan, "What can I reach now?" So Stan went, "Out the way." So
Straight away on the heating, yeah.
straight away
Did
on
he
the
stick?
steam pipe.
No.
Not funny. No. Oh, how we laughed.
So you set him up, eh? Yeah.
Of course, well, that's what happens in a refinery. We used to have
And then he effing blind and yeah.
water fights in Tate Lyle, and the water fights turned into fire extinguisher fights. We had hundreds of fire extinguishers in half of them empty because we used to just have fights with them all the time.
So where was the managers? Where was the
Tate
form?
Lyle was 23 acres.
23 acres.
23 acres of Charlie's factory. There was pipes going somewhere, there were bands going somewhere, there were bits of land that nobody had used for years, there were places where people just used to go to sleep. You know, it was an...
You're alright, clock on. As long as you clock on, you get your wage.
Well, there was one place, and we used to call it Captain Bolo's Marie Celeste, because no one had ever seen him. They had this job with like millions of pounds of sugar coming through every day, and no one ever got to the mystery where he ever was, Captain Bolo. But there you go. So Stan, back in the back in the restaurant,
yeah.
And
everyone's with the
everyone's
wives.
eating, and he's talking, he's fucking this, twatting that, and so he went to the toilet, and someone went to the toilet with him and said, "Stan, look, I know it's okay in work, but stop it here, will you? Don't be talking like that in front of all the wives. A few, okay, all right, mate, yeah, I'll try and..." So Stan is talking about his marital situation, and a few people start listening to him because he's actually not now swearing a lot, and he's talking about how him and his wife have been trying to have kids for years and they've been going to doctors, and so people are listening to him. Here's the classic line that Stan came out with, and someone asked him, "So what happened here? How come you can't have kids, Stan?" And he went, "Well, I'm alright, like, but it's there," pointed to his wife and said, "Hey, twat's fucked." And there you go, that's Stan there. No, I nearly said it's Stephen. That's Stan.
Say it how it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
But take my, it was a great experience.
tongue in cheek, you know that one. So therefore, going from there then, so right then, where'd you buy your first drum set? Do you remember that?
Well, Plug-in. I used to work at Plug-in. You know Plug-in?
What's that, like a music shop, is it?
Yeah. You don't know Plug-in?
Where was it based?
Picton Road. There's 3 books.
Oh, yeah, Wavertree, yeah,
Yeah,
Wavertree.
Tony Bolland has written
Okay.
books about it.
The Plug-in.
Plug-in.
The Beatles went there as well? Or
No. This was opened in the 70s. It was actually wholly owned by Frank Essie.
Yeah.
But in order to get more work, they opened a shop out of town so they could have like a better second-hand market and a different market for them. And it was a storage place for them and a PA hire. But it became a musical hub, quite a renowned musical hub, where I worked on a Saturday, and that's where I got my first kit.
What was it? Was it like a Premier or something?
Well, for the first kit I ever had, I butchered some of my dad's kit. My dad had all kinds of drums, bits and bobs around the house. So yeah, you'd play with nothing in them days. It was like maybe 2 drums, 1 cymbal, and that was it. You and your mates when we were 13, 14,
yeah,
in the local club. Actually, it was a fella called Dave Williams who first gave us that opportunity to use All Saints Club to rehearse it. And so that's where. So the first one was a put together kit, and then I bought a Hollywood drum kit in Plug-in back in the, I don't know, 75, something like that.
Yeah. Did you have just natural rhythm all the time?
No. My drumming took a lot of work. I'm not a natural at all.
Well, people just think it's easy to bang a drum, but it's not, isn't it?
Well, it's like anything. Anything is easy until you want to do it properly. And then once you want to start doing it properly, you just, and you've only got to listen to some people. And I mean, really listen. And wow, that's good. Because any time I think I'm a good drummer, I put Graceland on and I think, oh.
So who's your favourite? Was that Graceland by Paul Sanders?
Yeah. It's with, again,
who's your best drummer? You know, you think you've looked at and thought he's been the best drummer.
Well, it was John Miles, but he was someone who I knew.
John Miles, yeah. Did he play in?
He was in Nuts.
Okay.
The band, but he also played. He was in other bands. He was the drummer with John Cooper Clarke. Remember him?
Yeah, John Cooper. Can't say.
Yeah,
John Cooper Clarke. Yeah. JCJ.
He drummed for him, but John was just
Yeah.
again, whether he was natural or not, I don't know, but he certainly did the work. So I looked up to people like that. People like Paul Stewart, another fantastic drummer. He was the drummer with School for Girls. Ended up drumming with Julian Lennon. But then, if I'm honest, my brothers as well. I used to go and watch my brothers all the time because they were very good drummers, you know. John was with a band called Hellfam, who I was the roadie with for a couple of years, you know, watching them every night. And of course, when you're with that clique, you get to watch all the other bands. So yeah.
Who's the best band you watched live? You thought this is fantastic, you know, in Liverpool itself.
You know, I've forgotten his name. Again, it's the I don't know whether it's dementia or my dyslexia. It's a bit of both, but don't mention the dementia. That's another saying, don't mention the dementia. Because my mind now is probably not what it should be. What was his name? Tulane headed up, Steve. Anyway, that band. Who sung Tulane?
Well, you just put your comments below. Someone will have your own, Mick. Yeah. I'm putting it on the spot here. And
they were absolute. They blew me away. They were absolutely fantastic. That was in Oscar's wine bar, and
does that still go today, Oscar's wine?
No, it was not the wine, but Oscar's. It was Oscar's Club.
Yeah.
Down Peter Street, I think it was in town. But it was I don't know, maybe 1,000 people in there watching them, and I'd seen all the bands in Liverpool. I'm very impressed by them. But this band was so bluesy. The harmonies were fantastic. The drummer was, the sound was just incredible. So yeah, I was more influenced by watching people live than I was having heroes on vinyl or watching them on telly.
Yeah, you should always be out in the scene.
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool, obviously, it's just an abundance of talent for these go to the bars. But, you know, when you did, I mean, obviously I met Mick through the entertainment, and I think it was on Monday when I first seen it, and in the Irish House, yeah, you packed out.
Thanks for Johnny Larson for getting me that gig.
The Irish House, yeah, brilliant. You got to follow, you built it right up, and the good grace of Maureen. And then you obviously went to Smoky Mo's, you went round to JR's, Ruby Blues. These are all like the live entertainment.
Yeah.
Which other venues you think which you used to love going to, mate?
Playing wise, yeah, it's them. I love playing Town because Town is now, you're in good company, aren't you? I mean, I play the Liffy, as you know.
So that's the Grand Central Hall, isn't it? Yeah.
And, you know, when I finish, Soul Jam come on.
Yeah.
So, you know you've got to work hard. You know, Conor McGregor's on all the time.
Yeah. Conor McGregor's a boxer.
No.
I'm gonna say, what's his name?
Colliff.
No, he's brilliant. I mean, he packs it out, doesn't he?
Colliff on a Sunday.
Yeah,
so
amazing. Check all these links down below, or you know. We'll put some links down with Mick DaCat, but just type in Mick DaCat, and I'm sure, because there's always videos coming up.
The sound quality is always terrible, but so what?
So be it. I mean, because you love singing as well and entertaining. Tap dancing, which we'll get maybe later on.
Well, the one that used to work a lot was I used to work Ava's Bar.
Yeah.
And that corner for me, you see, if I work, you don't just work a crowd. I like to work, if you give me a window, you know, and a window, that's why the Irish Bar is so good, the Irish House, because it's got a window. Well, I spend most of my time looking out the window, trying to get reaction from the people outside.
You got them already inside.
Because as you know, because people, if you look at any film, people react to the reactions.
Yeah.
So, you know, although you're doing what you're doing, people are seeing people's reaction and getting on that. And I love it because people, whether it's in the Liffy.
Let's just lift this up.
Yeah.
I mean, walking past the window and someone's basically virtually hanging from this, because everyone thought this is Mick DaCat sort of, that's your thing, if you can see the tyre.
We'll meet again.
We'll meet again. You made this as well, so this is, that was your centrepiece, yeah?
Well, I got fed up of breaking mic stands, because I used to go through, when I go on stage, I'm fairly rough.
Yeah, rough.
You know, I throw myself around, it's all part of the deal. If you look at people like Buster Keaton, Stan Laurel, when do people laugh? When they fall over, when they get hurt. If you watch Punch and Judy, what happens? People get battered. It's funny. Yeah. You see, I wanted to do a game, and I hadn't quite worked out what the game was, but it was going to be called Swat the Cat. and people were going to twat the cat, i.e. I'd have...
Swat the cat! Yeah.
That was going to... Oh, we're going to twat the cat, come on! But people would end up, you know... I was thinking of me being tied up and people paying, because I know there's a lot of people out there who would like to see me get swatted. So, so people would be punching me or kicking me. Now I can take them all day, and you put a bit of it, and I can make it look good, you know.
Yeah.
So again, that's the martial arts. It's you know, thanks to Tommy Doran, I know how to fall.
And that's right, because there was I mean, is it one of the videos, you're outside Ava's Bar, that's with like Centre Liverpool, the Adelphi.
Yeah.
It's like 5 roads coming in, Centre.
It's on a ley line.
That's, what's a ley line?
A ley line, you don't know what a ley line is? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I was just trying to give the audience, is that one of them like
I'm not even sure what it
magnetic energy vibrance which should uplift your soul, but you can get some bad ley lines as well, can't you?
You can have whatever reaction you want really, but I am definitely I pick them up. I can feel them.
Yeah.
And as I say, we're all getting sucked in on a ley line.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So again, now when I say sucked in on a ley line, I do a particular move on this, which is, you know.
We might do it later.
You never know.
Clear the table, but you know, that's great. Sucked in on a ley line. So your music's vibrant and you just go with the crowd.
Well, Matthew Street's on a massive ley line.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, map used to
Do
exist.
you think that gives people positivity as well, or, you know, that's the...
Yeah, definitely. In fact, I live on the same ley line. That ley line runs right through Newsham Park, right down Low Hill, right through St George's Gardens, all that kind of stuff. Right through.
Yeah, is there any maps with ley lines in it, you know? Or...
I've seen them, yeah. I've seen maps with ley lines. In fact, I had one on my wall in my house for a while because I live right by Newsham Park and there are 5 ley lines which intersect there.
So viewers, if you didn't know what a ley line is, check out if
Still
you are
don't.
on a ley line.
I still don't.
I just think it's, well, it's all to do with the magnetism,
I
is it?
think it has because the places that have the most ley lines in England are Bristol, Liverpool and London. And the common thread there is the tide coming in twice a day. Now that's got to produce something.
An energy of force, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
you know, there's a lot of kind of stuff going on there. And also, as you say, the magnetic powers that come from within the earth. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. I don't know. All I know is I'm aware of them. It's instinctive.
You're buzzing on the ley line. So, stand by for part 3 with me, Jeff Ollerhead and Mick DaCat. Great ley lines.